Hello, people of the interwebs. Today, we're gonna make an Italian staple, eggplant parmesan. I'm Chef Cash White, and I'm here today because God delivered me from my circumstances and put me in a place where I can share my love of food with you. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by and spending a little time with me today. The reason that I'm doing what I'm doing is I want to share Christ's love that I've received with you guys. And I also want to share a couple of recipes that have come across my table through the years and other stuff that I kind of dream up so that you guys can approach your kitchen time in an efficient manner and spend more time with your family. Also, guys, don't forget to click subscribe down there. That'll just kind of keep you in the loop to what we're doing here at Chef Cash White. Let's get cooking. Today, we're gonna be making an Italian favorite, eggplant parmesan. Now, I know that a lot of you walk past these things in the grocery store not really knowing what to do. You probably had eggplant parmesan at your favorite Italian restaurant once, and it may have been a little soggy or it may have been delicious, who knows? I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a crispy and delicious eggplant parmesan today. It's a lot easier than you might think. We're gonna start off with a couple of eggplants. Show you a couple things to look at. You want to make sure when you buy your eggplant that there aren't any brown markings on the outside of the eggplant. That would show that it's bruised or that it's getting old. So these are actually pretty good looking eggplant. When you deal with an eggplant, you treat it almost like a potato. You want to peel it, slice it, and if you're gonna leave it sliced for any period of time, leave it in some water. That way it won't dry out. We're gonna start off by just peeling one of these guys. I'm gonna cut the top off. I'm gonna get as close to the very top by getting under these little green parts right here. And just cut it open like that. It's kind of spongy. It's got a really good texture and a great flavor. And then we're just gonna peel it like you would a potato. Very simple, very easy. Get all of the peeling off of it because the last thing you want is to get that. It's kind of a thick, tough peeling. It doesn't cook very well. Even the cat knows what we're making is delicious. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna take the other end and I'm gonna trim it off just to get rid of that little purple piece right there. And I'm gonna cut this guy into thin slices. I probably want them about 3/8 of an inch. Yeah. Just like that. With these end pieces that are kind of round, you can do a couple things. You can leave it on, or you can trim off the top and make them uniform. I kind of like to do that because it just makes everything look about the same. Yeah. All right, so on each one of my eggplant dishes, I'm gonna have 2 slices. We ended up with 3 portions out of 1 eggplant. The eggplant costed like $1.50, I think. That's not a bad deal. You can feed your family off that. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a breading station. I have a breadcrumb mixture. It's got panko, it's got some seasonings, it's got flour and some Parmesan cheese. If you look down in our description below, it'll have the recipe for this breadcrumb mixture. I just have some regular all-purpose flour, and I have some eggs, what's called an egg wash, which is, it's just some beaten eggs and a little bit of cool water. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. You're gonna take one piece of this, you're gonna dredge it in flour, then you're gonna put it in the egg wash, and you're gonna go into your breadcrumb. I could probably do it this way. That would make more sense. Then you're gonna put in your breadcrumb. Cover this guy, give it a nice pat down. I'm gonna try to keep one hand wet and one hand dry. That doesn't always happen. It does make it a lot easier when you're doing this because then your fingers don't turn into a sticky mess. Yeah. Okay, now that we have our breading done, we're gonna go over to the stove and we're gonna fry them up. All right, so here's what I got set up over here. Right here, I have kind of a draining station. It's just some paper towels on top of a plate. So that way, after I fry these things, I can put them over there. I got about 1/2 inch of oil in the bottom of a skillet over medium heat. The idea is I wanna get it to about 350 degrees. If you have a fryer thermometer, that would work great. I don't, so I'm gonna do the little drop test. I'm gonna take a piece and I'm gonna drop it in. And if it fries, which it didn't, it's the right temperature. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna drop these in 2 at a time. And the idea is we're gonna fry them until they're golden brown and crispy, like hash browns, but in an eggplant form. So if you take a look now, you can tell that it's browning around the outside a little bit along the edges. So lift it up, take a look. Oh, perfect. We're gonna flip that bad boy over, fry the other side. You don't wanna put too many pieces in here at once. And the reason being is the more you put in there, the more the heat is going to be distributed amongst the items that are in there. This way you don't crowd your fryer and most of the heat can be focused on the 2 items that you're actually frying at a time. When you get them looking like this, that's when they're done. So you're going to let it drip a little bit and then go over here and let it drain. The idea is you don't want to leave too much grease on there because it'll get soggy. Perfect. Okay, so our eggplant's nice and crispy. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna melt all the cheese on it. Now I have an oven-safe skillet, and I got one big enough that can fit all 3 portions on it, so that way we can do this all together. I have my broiler in my oven set to high. I'm gonna take a little bit of marinara. If you wanna know how to make our marinara, take a look at our marinara video. There's some delicious, it's a very easy and delicious recipe. Okay, I'm gonna put down just a couple of pads of marinara. I'm gonna take a piece of eggplant and place it right here. On top of that, I'm gonna get a basil leaf. I'm gonna tear it, put just a few little pieces in it, a little shredded Parmesan, and then one more slice of eggplant on top. One more basil leaf torn on top, and then on that, I have some fresh mozzarella that's sliced. And I'm just gonna tear this into small pieces and place it over it like this. We have that mozzarella nice and torn up over the top. I'm gonna give it one more sprinkle of Parmesan. Go ahead and do the same thing with your others. All right, now that we have them all ready to go, we have our oven on high broil. We're gonna slide them in and let that cheese melt. All right, and there we have it. It was in there probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Got nice and melty. Take a look at that. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna spoon a little bit more marinara on the plate. Give it a nice bed of sauce. I'm gonna take one of these guys. That is a beautiful and simple eggplant parmesan. Guys, thank y'all so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate y'all helping me acknowledge God's glory in our lives. Lord, thank you so much for this opportunity. And remember the most important thing that we do here. We keep the faith. Enjoy the food. I love you guys. Good night. And that's why you look. That's why I look so heavy. You'd be heavy if you cooked like this too. Actually, I'm not heavy. I'm actually the perfect weight for someone who's 6 inches taller than me.